try and keep it short and sweet. Hopefully you'll find it neat. I hope you hang on to me, unlike spoiled meat. That was a poem I wrote for my wife a long time ago. I'd like to introduce you to Christopher Blubello, who's named after my brother, who I'm here to share his story. There's no more pride than sibling pride. You can beat the crap out of somebody and still love them 5 minutes later. This is my beautiful wife, Jennifer. She is my rock. She does more for me than I can even put into words. And this is my Vincenzo, who likes to be called Vincent. He doesn't like that we have too many O's, Vincenzo Blubello. I said, man, that would look good on a lawyer's card, wouldn't it? As much as he argues with me how much he gets to eat and what he gets to eat, this kid should be a lawyer, no joke. I mean, first and foremost, God, looking out at the crowd, I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, we've been invited here every year since 2010. My cousin, who has the exact same name as me, Anthony Blubello, graduated here in 2010. His senior year invited me to come and speak about my brother, Christopher, right here. And that's how we got started. We've been coming every year, and every year they invite us back, and every year I get so stressed out and nervous. And I got a lot of cries out over there in the corner. So
love you, bro!
Thanks, broski. I sat on his lap and asked for some Christmas gifts earlier. He's a very warm guy, if you couldn't tell with all the loud projectiles. But no, I've been a part of Thon since 2010. I mean, literally my kids have grown up in front of you guys. I mean, there's so much that you do, and you may not realize that you freshmen in the white shirts, you're gonna be moving up. And I'm hoping each year you take a little bit with you and you realize how important this is as a community. Think about it like ants building. Every little part is very structural. And honestly, this is my therapy every year. I get it off my chest, I remember it, I think about the good, I put away the bad, I take that anger and reinvest it. And the biggest thing that I can really throw out to you guys is reinvesting the love. Take that anger and make it into love. Everything you've lost, everything you couldn't get, whatever it may be, just reinvest it, because you never know what somebody else is carrying around, and you really never know how they deal with their problems versus how you deal with yours. We were just talking earlier, if everybody put their problems in a basket, what problems are you gonna pull out? Are you gonna pull your own out because you know how to deal with it and you feel comfortable dealing with it, or are you gonna pull somebody else's out? So really, freshmen, take this with you every year, take something with you, and then start reinvesting everything you have into the people below you and reinvest them. And I mean, that's how you make a good community. And as you can see, this community is growing every year, and not to mention with COVID kind of knocking it down, but we're reinvesting and building. So thank you so much. If you guys give anybody a round of applause, give yourself a round of applause right now. I mean, seriously. I was trying to be positive. I was talking to Nicole Russo, who's after us, and trying to keep that positivity vibe going. My brother Christopher and we have a very long story, and I'll try to shorten it up. We both were born in Miami, Florida. We spent most of our life growing up, childhood, from about 8 years old to up until he passed, unfortunately, in Georgia. My dad's from this area. My Uncle Joe, who I used to live with, lives in Springfield. My cousin Anthony, who I used to live with, and all my cousins are from Springfield. So that's what brought me back after everybody passed away. My brother in September of 1997, taking you way back here, had a lump on his arm. We played sports, we did everything, just like everybody else. We wrestled, my dad was a car guy. We did everything together. So when he had that lump, I mean, my jaw dropped. And I kind of knew it was cancer, but didn't know it was cancer. And sure enough, he gets some tests done. A couple weeks later, my parents sit us down and he's like, he has cancer. And we went from beating each other up to knowing how precious life was. Now in 1997, he was the right young age of 12. I'm 2 years, 2 months older than him. I was 14 going on 15. And it was an eye-opener because I realized my brother's life is very valuable and I appreciated him. That year and 2 months that he survived after that treatment was probably the best year and 2 months I've ever had with him. So he had a lot of people in Georgia that were just like you guys, philanthropic, people that were helping him, support him. We had the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which was really big, gave him a computer. He was a little bit of a nerd. He loved writing poems. Hopefully one of his poems will be up here. Make-A-Wish Foundation sent him to Texas. He got to meet George Bush when he was a governor of Texas, not the president. You saw that in the picture here earlier. But he did a lot of stuff, and he had a huge community and Make-A-Wish Foundation and people like yourselves that didn't know him, but yet was putting him in front of everybody else because they knew he had little time left. Long story short, September 97, he got diagnosed. Halloween, he was cleared, he was in remission. So Halloween 1998, we grab our pillowcases, we go out to get some candy. I was 15 then. It's like I'm this close to driving and we're getting candy and we come back, we enjoyed a great night, and November 10th, literally 10 days later, leukemia came right around the corner and snatched him within 48 hours. So we went to the hospital, and next thing you know, the white curtain's being closed, and unfortunately he lost his battle November 11th of 1998. But his battle wasn't lost then, because he's with me. I named my oldest son after him. And if there's any more respect I could give him, I just hope he sees that. But I want you guys to take this with you. Take all that's happening with you and reinvest it. Because I know what I lost. 4 months after my brother passed away, my mom had a brain aneurysm February 99. Unfortunately, she passed within hours of having that brain aneurysm. My dad, unfortunately, could not handle this. He lost a 13-year-old son. He lost his wife. He was spiraling out of control. Spiraling. He went to a couple of mental institutions. I stayed with my grandparents in South Carolina. Unfortunately, him and I got in a fight on January 26th about money, and I woke up January 27th, he committed suicide. This is life. But guess what? I'm still standing. I'm still right here in front of you. Which every one of you guys are still standing. No matter what's happening to you, I'm still standing. I want to make sure you get standing. And that's what brought me up here. After my dad committed suicide, pretty much lost my whole immediate family. My dad's brother, Joe, I can't say enough positive things about my family that took me in a time of need, moved me up here 1,200 miles away or whatever it is, 900 miles away. And, I started my life up here when I was 18. Met this beautiful woman here that builded me, molded me, and here we are today. So if anything you take away with you, please, please, please take reinvesting the love and the anger, reinvest it. Because if I can keep Christopher's memory that started so much, I want you to know that it can always be worse. And honestly, it could be worse. I say to myself, God, I lost my mom, my brother, and my dad in like a year and a half. You know what could be worse? Losing my children, losing my wife. I mean, like, I don't know those griefs. I can't relate to Jason over there who lost a son. I can't relate to the, AJ's mother. It's a grief that none of us have to actually relate to. You just got to be supportive and stay positive and reinvest that love. And I thank you all for coming out, and especially for inviting me every year, because even though deep down inside I say to myself, God, my brother's been dead 23 years. Like, who really cares? You know what? You guys show up every year, you invite me every year, and you're reinvesting into me, and I want to reinvest to you that it can get better, and it's going to get better, and we're all here to be a supportive, cohesive system. So I want to thank you. And the last thing I have to say is, I dance for Christopher. Who do you dance for? Thank you.